Hi, my name is Priscilla.
And I'm Zachary, and this is the Tailwind Flash Briefing.
So as many have seen over the past couple of weeks, a group of users on Reddit battled against billion-dollar hedge funds in the stock market. The impactful actions of the Wall Street Bets community even made the news internationally, so it's definitely a big deal. And as a result, Reddit spent all of its marketing budget for an abrasive 5-second Super Bowl ad. The ad itself starts off with a shot of cars to make it appear like a normal commercial, but then it glitches into text to acknowledge what their platform has to achieve, hoping that viewers will pause and read it or read what it has to say. In the past, Reddit has done very little marketing and likes to go all out when they do so, so it's not an exaggeration when they say they spent their entire marketing budget. The ad turned out to be extremely successful with more than 6,000 mentions of Reddit on Twitter and 300,000 upvotes on their site. Their ad was also the second most searched Super Bowl ad according to Google Trends, so clearly people were intrigued enough to take time out of their day to look into it further.
Do you think that experimental ads such as Reddit Super Bowl ads are more effective than more of a traditional advertisement?
I think being experimental with your ads can help them stand out from a sea of sameness that we see in media. Obviously, the media is saturated in advertisements, so doing something a little different can have a big impact. Obviously, the ad's effectiveness is going to vary depending on who you're reaching and the message you're reaching them with. But assuming those things have already been taken into consideration, then this strategy can certainly be effective.
So do you think other companies should try this strategy?
It depends on the company's brand. So Reddit is kind of quirky, and it makes sense for them to put out something that pushes the boundaries a bit and still have it sound authentic. But more serious brands may find it difficult to come off as authentic when trying to do something similar to what Reddit did. So it depends on a brand's identity and their voice. And if it matches, then by all means, testing something a little different can have a really big impact.
This year, Panda Express has created a digital experience to celebrate the Lunar New Year to accommodate for safety precautions due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Every year, Panda Express joins in on this annual celebration, but they normally have it at the restaurant, given the fact that more people are kind of straying away from going into restaurants and eating and tending to do more delivery or takeout ordering. Panda Express kind of wanted to try this out in order to reach more of those consumers that are ordering food digitally. So consumers will be able to visit pandalny.com and they'll be able to send digital versions of traditional red envelopes as given on the Lunar New Year. And they'll also be able to give discounts on food. These will be available until February 28th. And as I said, Panda Express is really doing this because it seems like they really want to create a virtual experience more so than just giving consumers food. This allows the consumers to actively participate with the brand and engage with friends and family the way they would if they were going into the restaurant while still ordering remotely and being able to consume their food in a way that they feel is safe. On top of delivering this virtual experience with the red envelopes, the company has also partnered with influencer and artist Joy Cho, the founder and creator of Oh Joy. And they're creating limited edition kits that will be available on the Panda Express website. And these kits include aprons designed by Oh Joy, red envelopes to share the good fortune, recipe books, a celebration calendar, special activities to do with friends and family, and more. So there's so much potential for experiences to be lost in restaurants through the COVID pandemic, but Panda's really using that as a way to create an atmosphere and still have that celebration and experience mindset, even if you're not going out to restaurants.
So it's clear that Panda Express has taken into account the pandemic and has made some shifts in their advertising to accommodate. So with that being said, how important is it for companies to rethink their marketing strategies to adjust to a more digital experience?
I think that it's so important that they do this. Throughout the pandemic, behaviors have changed so drastically since before it began. And consumers, a lot of them are changing their habits for good. Although they're kind of changing their habits and they're not going out to eat and they may not be engaging in these experiences as frequently, people definitely don't want to stop living. They don't want to stop having these experiences. And I think that delivering an experience in that people can still feel safe and engage with is going to be huge for brands.
So with that being said, do you think the pandemic will influence more companies to create more digital experiences like the ones Panda Express did, even once the pandemic is over?
Yeah, I definitely think that this is something that's going to carry on even after the pandemic's over. I think that so many people are seeing how accessible these digital experiences really are and are actually thoroughly enjoying the experiences that they're having, even though they may not be in person. So I think that these trends are really going to stick around for a good chunk of time, considering that now you have to kind of look at it as not only as a brand do we have to provide that physical experience, but it's almost kind of a necessity now that they have to provide a digital experience as well with the changes.
Well, I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Zachary. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Tailwind Flash Briefing. And be sure to keep an eye out for the next episode.